Yes, we are live. Peace, we're back. Street 16 podcast. We are talking about friendships. One of the things I wrote about in the book was that growing up in the projects in New York, we had this rule that project boys stick together. So therefore, if someone from your project was into some trouble and you were around and available to help, you were required, to give up your skin for this dude. And if you did not, you would be dealt with back at home. And despite what this person may have done to get his own self in trouble, despite what's going on in your own life, you are required to stop what you're doing and help this person, and maybe even get seriously injured or arrested. And I thought that that's really, really flawed to put that on 13, 14-year-old boys to make that sort of decisions. And I was forced to do it. And CHUMA, you said as you join a gang, sometimes you were forced to participate in things that you really didn't have the heart to do, but it was just required of you.
Yeah.
Jeff, you sort of been on the side of that gang stuff, BS from the door.
Well, just because a lot of it was always been fugazi. You know what I mean? I moved down here from New York and I'm a blood. And so the people I hang out with in school with, I'm gonna make them bloods, and then we all gonna be bloods together. And you know what I mean?
And if
you don't know how many bricks in the yellow brick road. You don't know how many apples in an apple tree. You know what I mean? You're just claiming sets. That's always what it's appeared to be to me. Now, not to say, because I don't want to we ain't soft, we ain't sugar sweet at all here in VA. It's always been crew shit. You know what I mean? I think I dealt a lot more with that coming up than actual gang shit. It was more where I'm from in my neighborhood and all my homies who I've been cool with since elementary school, and we all ride out for each other, and we don't like this neighborhood, and you know what I mean, shit like that.
Right.
So I guess the same rules in MO apply
to different degrees. Now you said that you had two situations with friends that were once family and worked them out. You told us the one with the guy about the car. Did you have another story about the other situation?
Yeah, Jason Skinner, friend of the show. we were guys in high school. Shout out to Ski.
Yeah.
Shout out to Skizzle. Titan high school, coming of age, 17, 18. We've been friends since 15, 16. Start to feel your nuts. You grow up. It's girls, and then, I was hustling in his neighborhood and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of shit. So I guess the proverbial dick measuring contest.
And how bad did it
get? We stopped speaking for a couple years. Matter of fact, I think the About That Life tour.
That was the first time you seen him?
Yeah, it was the first time I pretty much ran into him since then. Which is funny how the whole cycle of things work. Me and your relationship led to About That Life.
Mm-hmm.
About That Life is where I ran into Jay Ski, or Jay Skizzle, who invited me to a showcase that Fame P from Brada was in, who we also went to high school with together.
Right.
At that showcase is where I met Key. So
you know
what I mean?
Right.
So shout out to Ski for us reconciling.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah, the life and breath of this season 2 Street 16 thing wouldn't be what it is now, not for us running into each other and gaining that camaraderie back. So big shout out to the kid for that.
Now Marco was telling the story on a conference call about how we met, and him and I, and he said that in the last 18 years we haven't gone more than 2 months without hollering at each other. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what he says. And I told him that one of my homies told me, he was like, one of my music homies told me, like, Mike, you don't have any friends. He was like, everybody that you deal with them because y'all do some music together or y'all do some business together, but you don't have any friends. He was like, you might have more fans, supporters, and clients, but you don't have any friends. That's just a friend. And when I said this, Marco took exception to it. Like, yo, I'm just a friend. But when I put that out there, I said, is that good or bad? Chuma told me, well, I don't have no friends that don't benefit me. If you're my friend, you're going to be there just for a reason, not just for your good looks and your charm. Is that right?
Definitely.
So you don't have a person who, I mean, now granted, you're friends and you're close like that. If there's a hustle or a scheme or a come up, yeah, you're gonna be about it. But you don't have a person in your life that legitly is there for giggles and good conversation. Mm-hmm. Chuma, I'm that friend. What you mean?
Do you find?
We have all types of giggles in your conversation.
Do you think, like we ain't chilling outside of here? We ain't. What you doing?
But when some shit pops off, who the first one to hit you on FB? When some shit pops off with me, who's the first one to hit me on FB?
Yeah.
We are actually friends on social media, right, which is weird. You know what I mean? Because a lot of your friends on social media, with the exception of like, oh, your ass is fat, you look cute in that picture, like, oh, I thought that was funny too, like,
and
but me and Chuma actually correspond.
Yeah, we do correspond on Facebook, but I don't really take social media that serious like that.
Who does? I mean, well, a lot of people do. Never mind.
But if I wake up like, yo, I just love so and so, it's because it's a benefit there,
right?
And it's because when they wake up in the morning, they think about Chuma, it's a benefit there. It go both ways. So I'm just not going to be in your life. Like, when we do start hanging outside here, you're going to be like, oh, I love Chuma. She going to buy me a drink or something. You know? I mean, that's just how it is. And I just feel like, me personally, I just feel like that's growth. You know, it's just, I don't like wasted time and I don't like dead weight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to just carry anybody or just have anybody there just because they exist. They're going to have something to offer.
To bring to the table.
That's what's going to build me up. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't get a chance to talk about the platonic friendships and the friend zone friendships, which I told Chuma on the phone, I think we got two situations here that have some interesting layers to it. When I talk about you and Key's friendship, and then I talk about mine and Chuma's friendship, I think it's something there that's interesting and layered there. And I was going to ask Marco and everybody this question, and I think I asked Chuma, how many of your exes are you friends with? Like, now I understand you can't really, but how many of them? I
can do what I want.
Right. But you might decide.
Mike, don't play that part.
Right. Yes.
You might. But I understand that sometimes when you have a breakup, for obvious reasons, you might decide, let's not be friends. Let's get some space. But if you just look back on your whole catalog, from like high school on, how many of your exes do you have like a good vibratory exchange with? If you do see them or
if I do see them run into them,
yeah. I know one of them you don't.
Who Fire?
No, not Fire. The one you was talking about today.
Anyway. No, but yeah, not her, which is funny because that's the closest. But probably like real talk, with the exception of 2 or 3, like all of them.
Okay.
Like every high school joints, like my high school girlfriend or middle school into high school. We started dating again in my senior year after I graduated or whatever. But she's damn near famous now. Like, which is weird. Like, she's a real cool friend. She's real cool with Jennifer Hudson. She's like pictures at Smokey Robinson's house. And
she's famous for being in music.
Music and theater. She was the plant in Little Shop of Horrors just recently.
Nice.
What is not because the Seymour was the dentist. The plant's name was
I don't know.
Something else. Either which way, she was the plant from outer space in Little Shop of Horrors.
And you let that get away, man.
That was high school.
Minus 5.
Yeah.
All right, so we gonna
shout outs, Pat Rice.
We're gonna pull up friend one's response. All right.
Bet.
To catch everybody up. Friend 1 went to jail for domestic violence against his wife when he found out she was cheating on him.
Right.
He moved in with friend 2, who was the married man, stable.
His
Friend
name is
3
Marco.
Friend 3 was also living with friend 2, and he was the party guy.
He's not Marco.
Not Marco.
Supposedly.
Or we
While
protecting them.
friend 1 is out on bail, friend 1 and 3 are out partying, getting high one night. Friend 1 decides to drive back to the scene of the crime, where there's restraining order placed on him, and where his wife and his children live, at 2 in the morning with cocaine in your system. When he gets to the apartment, friend 3 sits in the passenger seat, does not get out the car. Friend 1 does whatever he does, goes back to jail, his bail is revoked. Friend 3 proceeds to drive off in friend 1's car, never returned it. It ended up in some Sanford and Son junk heap in North Carolina, where friend 1's father had to go retrieve it after calling me and threatening to break his legs. Now, when friend 2 and friend 3 talked about this, what do you think friend 2 should have said to friend 3 after it's all said and done?
You know you fucked up, right?
That's a good answer.
Yeah, you gotta hit him with the whoop bounce, brother.
Same thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is what friend 1 said in his own words. And you guys can read this. This is not made up. This is in my book, page 205. The first one is a happy birthday card. Y'all can see this. It says, Naughty, here comes a reason to celebrate. You 30. Have a great one. P.S. Tell Sonny he can start by paying this shit he charged to my account. And what's the status on my car, if any?
Oh, okay.
Now you know what it is.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, this is two more. This is the envelope. You can see the envelope that he drew on. I blocked out the address, but this is on the outside of the envelope that I got from jail. And this is him, pictures of him, and that he drew. And he says, "Here we go. I haven't received my update sheet yet, but I'll let y'all know when I find out, blah, 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 blah. I'm doing all right. I haven't gotten into any beef with anyone. The only beef I have is with that blank blank who lied and sent me here. I'm leaving that part out because we don't need to readdress her. And here's the part I want to emphasize. That fake suicidal faggot, Sonny, who I better not see when I get out because I'm gonna catch another charge for a different, pardon my French, pussy ass bitch if I do see him. So please, Flo, that's what you call me, Overflow, take my car and any other belongings of mine from him before anything else happens. I know you, that's nothing." And then the final line is, "Did you make any more songs yet?"
Oh, by the way,
that's the half-life,
how's the
baby.
music?
Yeah, that's my man. So that's from his heart, from his jail cell.
Right.
You are now listening to the Street 16 podcast.